and thank her for honoring our invitation. Engineer Irene Kagwase Wankambo, whom I taught, is an accomplished electrical engineer who eventually went to study a master's in communication engineering. She studied in an epoch of demystifying science for female learners. She was never intimidated by the majority of male students in the lecture room, and no wonder she graduated among the top in her class. She's now a promoter of STEM. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering among female students. A main line of action of White Paper on Higher Education in Uganda 2020, which we have just presented to government. She's here as a role model for parents and their children. Our distinguished investor, Her Excellency Honorable Jessica Lupo, whom I know. Congratulations upon your ascent to this pivotal and deserved position. The Board of Trustees, Consortium, Council, and Indege Fraternity appreciate the gesture of His Excellency, President of Uganda, for the response to our invitation. On a personal level, I know you are a strong purveyor and support of technical and STEM among girls and adult female learners. During my 10 years tenure as the chairman of Industrial Training Council, you are always supporting our budgetary proposals whenever we came to the Ministry of Education and Sports. You will always be remembered for nurturing the Skilling Uganda project, which is now the current one. We thank you for that. I wish to convey my heartfelt congratulations to the newly appointed Chancellor of Wonderland University, the Right Reverend Dr. Hannington Mutebi. He brings a wealth of experience in the stewardship of educational institutions. I personally witnessed this during the last decade of the past century, because I worked with him when he supported Green Hill Academy schools to be what they are now. So private higher education, private education in general is really in his interest. I'm very grateful to Almighty God who has kept all of us alive. However, in our midst, many of us have lost our beloved ones, parents, guardians, students, and friends. May you have a moment of silence to honor their deeds. May their souls rest in eternal peace. As the Chancellor of this great institution, I am duty-bound on such a great deed of achievement as and inform the first-time visitors of our great historical journey from the time of establishment to the present day. In sketch, though, Ndege University, established in 1992 on this hill, was the first private university in Uganda to be established, with the focus of building capacity of communities in the Greater Rural Triangle to recover from the ravages of the negative impacts of the 1981-85 Civil War. Ndege currently is among the only 12 private chartered universities in the country. There are 44 universities, private universities, but only 12 are chartered. But it is only Ndege University that offers a wide spectrum of science and engineering program, namely in civil, mechanical, electrical, geomatics, survey, and health sciences. This university will very soon be the only university, both public and private, to offer the program of health sciences with its own teaching hospital located on this campus. It's my humble prayer that I steer this prophecy through before I retire from the university, as we see. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to acknowledge with thanks our stakeholders with whom, by the grace of God, we have able steered the university to excellence of what it is today. Special thanks go to the parents, guardians, and sponsoring organizations who have played their role in paying tuition to enable the students studying in this university. I also would like to thank the students for their efforts to partake what was prepared for them to be what they are today, especially under the pandemic situation. Congratulations. To our lecturers, a great thank you may not be enough to illustrate your continued contribution and support towards this institution. I present all of your future in the hands of the Almighty God to reward you abundantly. Glowing tribute goes to the government of Uganda that has, amidst the adverse economic times, fulfilled its obligations to support students on the Students' Loan Scheme, State House scholarships, and even further supporting science programs in the university. But I want to pause a bit here and give you some history about the loan scheme. It is Honorable Jessica Lupo, when she was the Minister of Education and Sports, that started this loan scheme. And I would like to invite the representative from the loan scheme to come and stand before her, if there is any person within the congregation. Any representative from the loan scheme? That is the lady who is giving you work and bread. Without it, you wouldn't have a job. The lady is there. Photographers, could you take a photograph there? See, historical. Yeah, to the casual observer, it may not be very significant, but let me illustrate. On this main campus, we have mainly science and engineering programs. And 75%, almost, of the students studying here do engineering sciences, science-based, and they are all sponsored by the loan scheme, by government of Uganda. And that is a very important aspect to recognize and spend some 2 minutes recognizing that, okay? Yes. Ndege University enjoys various financial institutions due to the disciplined financial management practices. These include banks, DFCU, Centenary, Stanbic, Equity, and Mercantile banks. I acknowledge your support. This great institution cherishes and promotes godly practices and fosters unity in diversity among its council, management, and staff members, while its vision and mission advocate for holistic development of individuals to participate in sustainable development through teaching, research, innovation, and community outreach. In short, our vision is to be a leading Christian-based university offering quality academic and professional programs, and producing graduates of integrity. Mission, our distinguished visitor and our chief guest. This congregation is composed of, among others, the Board of Trustees, Ndege University. May I request the Board of Trustees to stand up? We have a bishop. I think one or two have come. Then we have council members of Ndege University. Kindly stand up for recognition. Top management committee members of Ndege University. I know we are scattered, but stand up wherever you are. Staff, both academic and administrative. I think staff members, you can also stand up wherever you are. Of course, I can't make the parents and the guardians to stand up, but they are here. Those are our guests. Student sponsoring bodies. Do we have a Window Trust? Do we have a representative? Yes, but we have them and the graduates and many stakeholders. So that is the composition of this cohort we have here. Due to COVID-19, the graduates are split into two cohorts, the physical and the virtual. I'm therefore happy to present to you a total of 1,577 graduates, of whom 744, representing a percentage of 41.7%, are female, and 833, representing a percentage of 52.8%, are males. The university further congratulates the graduates towards this great achievement in their lives and wishes them a prosperous future. Ndege University interventions to fulfill the mandate or its mandate are guided by a very robust and resilient strategic plan. And although the university is focused on the implementation of the strategic plan, some of our activities were frustrated by COVID-19 pandemic, and management had to reconfigure its operations. However, there is a renewed resolve by management to catch up and ensure that the university's mandate is fulfilled, following the 8 pillars of the strategic plan and the Ndege University COVID-19 Business Resilience Plan. Under Pillar 1, we have the academic programs, and in here, the delivery of academic programs had to follow what the university referred to as the new normal, although cumbersome, in the various faculties. We have Faculty of Engineering, we have Faculty of Environment and Agricultural Sciences, we have Faculty of Health Sciences, we have Faculty of Business Administration and Management, we have Faculty of Education, we have Faculty of Basic Sciences and Information Technology, we have the Faculty of Social Sciences, and we have the Faculty of Arts and the Graduate School. With the government emphasis on the sciences, and of course the Vision 2040, Ndege University is gradually building its niche, high engineering and health programs. Plans for constructing the medical school and its own teaching hospital have progressed, with the architectural designs made and approved by Luwero District Administration and the relevant technical bodies. Investment in information technology to address order, has been made by the university. And as such, most of our students have been studying online and their exams conducted. Thus, this is the 23rd graduation. But something you must think about here, ladies and gentlemen. Some public universities are still completing their second semester. They haven't started thinking about graduation because online was a real challenge. But I'm happy that a private university can have the students graduate with such numbers. I want to thank the parents who put in so much to enable their children really to participate on the online. The university recently carried out a self-assessment exercise in all faculties with administrative sectors as a prerequisite for the renewal of this charter as being determined by National Council for Higher Education. This has led to pending suspending of some economically unviable programs and adding content to other courses. I wish to commend the staff for the work well done. I also want to assure the stakeholders and the guardians, parents, that we do our work here under a very strong and robust quality assurance system. Do has to go through quality assurance, and the quality assurance is a full-fledged department under the Deputy Vice Chancellor's office. So that is why when you get a degree from Mundeje University, it's not a piece of paper. It is something that has transformed you, right to your hemoglobin. It has changed the way you think. You are not going into the public to steal money or whatever. You are new breed we are adding to society because you are coming from Mundeje University. It is not a matter of marks. The first class here is not a matter of a percentage in the marks. No. It is the quality of the transformative nature which you have undergone, when you look at the curriculum of our courses. Thank you for appreciating. Okay. The university has continued to pursue its policy on staff development as a key towards the university's development. And amidst COVID-19, Mundeje University has continued to pay allowances to its academic staff for the work done. We didn't discontinue any staff here, like in other places. No, we said, no, this is a war. We have to fight it together. We'll get less than our salaries, but at least let us persevere until the pandemic subsides. This is our mission. Of course, this is ethically, these are bishops offering postgraduate diplomas, masters, and PhD programs. Mundeje University is determined to start a law course. National Council for Higher Education and Law Council have visited, in fact, about 3 weeks ago. And this time, results are likely to be positive. Mundeje University has heavily invested in the course, especially the library for law has been set up. And it is on this campus. If one has some minutes, you can go and visit our law library. Although we haven't talked to any student, but the library is wonderful. Peter too. Yeah, I challenge you. You go, they open it for you. Research and innovation. Dr. Monica Musenero Masanza. This is the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, visited the university on 10th September 2021, this campus. She visited and emphasized that research and innovation must be for transformation of communities and societies, but not for producing papers and you print them in international communities and you get promoted while the neighboring community is wailing in poverty. She elaborated on this message further when she met the vice chancellors from 140 universities from 38 African countries during the 23rd Roof Forum Conference on the 9th December, just last week, at Cotonou, Benin. I was there. She said that we are entering a new paradigm shift to bring out innovations with the services sector. She emphasized on building African science, technology, innovation capacity to solve our problems of poverty and underdevelopment. On her visit, she agreed with the researchers in this university to exploit the robotics unit and renewable energy options. And the staff have responded, as you see now. 1, robotics focused on the Uganda engineering challenges. For example, the unit is working on unmanned ground vehicle for collapsed buildings and disaster areas like landslides, mines, to locate living beings, those who are covered up. We need a robotic hand to get them out of the unreachable places. And it is now being designed here. Okay? Electrical and mechanical engineering students are involved. Automated irrigation system for sprinkler and drip irrigation. Civil, mechanical, and electrical engineering students are involved, working day and night. The robotics arm targeting the booming local vehicle production industry for both civilian and military purposes. I think they are jointly working that. Then we have agro-processing equipment unit to modernize rural agriculture production. This is under mechanical engineering department, and the projects were demonstrated to the president during the National Science Week recently. The faculty is in the final stages of developing the banana peeler after being challenged by Dr. Musenero, because he said modern educated women don't want to peel matoke or anything. We should have a robot. The lady comes back and just push it on, and the work is done. Okay? And it is being redeveloped here. Okay. Water Research and Development Center, that is one of the best in the country, is situated here. Through this center, we have had a memorandum of understanding with international universities, okay, the University Stephen Haas, of Applied Sciences in Germany, that brought their student Stephen Haas. We have some students from Germany here who have come to work in this unit. The faculty hosts a state-of-the-art renewable energy center, and one of the best in the country. Also, briquettes making, solar and wind energy research are going on. Then some faculty members from here have been accommodated on the science and the technology think tanks, which have been formed by government in the mobility, in engineering, in banana research. So we have some of our research members have been there. Now, when I go to the other side, education and research in the social sciences is also moving parallel to science and engineering. But they do research to build peace and transform and resolve conflicts in society in order to create a fairer world. You see, and we know that since wars are built in the minds of men, it is also in the minds of men that the defenses of peace can be constructed. We've seen enough havoc. We need all our students graduating from here to seek peace, learn the art of listening, conflict resolution, and also humility, and adopt the withdrawal method, not the confrontational method. Maybe we can have peace. 1,500, if we push you inside there, it will be. Then we have some students in all faculties who helped us a great deal on order. Because when the National Council for Higher Education made it mandatory that in order for all universities to resume their teaching, they had to embark on that platform. Even some academic staff gave up and they said, no, we want to go our way. But there are some students whom we are going to honor today with some certificates, who came ahead in faculties and said, no, we can really work on this animal online, and we make it a success. I want to encourage you to know, to appreciate you, all of those students. I can't read all your names, but I signed your certificates last night. See? And when you go hunting for a job, don't forget those certificates, because they show that you can venture into the unknown, isn't it? Come on, help me. Now, student services. Our aim in here is to provide supportive student services, and it is a core activity of the university. However, due to COVID-19, there have been limited physical access to students, as most of the activities have been conducted online and Zoom. However, halls of residence and relevant infrastructure for students have been maintained. As you can go on the other campus, I encourage parents to go where our halls of residence are and see where your students or your sons and daughters live. These are amazing, amazing halls. You see, yes. The 2021-2022 Guild elections were held successfully. The Guild and the entire cabinet were sworn in on Wednesday, just the other day, 15th December 2021. And our Guild president is His Excellency Vincent Chibaguma. Stand up wherever you are. He's not among us. Yeah. He's a very dignified young man. Yeah. And the vice president is Honorable Jimmy Waswansare. Yes. And he's a very, very good football player. You know. Yes. Ndege University ladies volleyball team won the National Volleyball Championship that were held in Kabale. Therefore, they represent Uganda in the Africa Volleyball Club Champions early next year. So we commend them. Ndege University female handball team finished first runner in the National League. That's also a big achievement, you see, to be there. Now, just for introduction, or to tell you that Ndege University engineering students have started carrying out their industrial training at this main campus. They are now involved in making of chairs, road maintenance equipment, making of pavers, and what have you. And this is a big achievement, because normally we used to send them outside. But this time we said, no, we better build the capacity. First, the capacity of the students in skill acquisition, and at the same time, capacity of the university in infrastructure. Okay? Of course, other students' activities were the Freshers' Ball and Cultural Gala. Governance. The university is owned by Ndege University Consortium, with the Board of Trustees that include the sitting bishops of the 6 dioceses, namely Luweero, Namirembe, Mukono, Mityana, Central Buganda, and West Buganda. And the governance is vested in the Chancellor. He's at the apex of the pyramid. Then University Council. Then below that you have central management and top management. But there is a parallel Senate, academic. I wish to report that despite the academic pandemic, the university continues to operate. Top management committee have been able to meet. Council boards have met. They have met and appointed the chancellor. And the university was able to hold the council meetings. I think that is something. With the demise of the late William Kisamba Mugerwa, the Board of Trustees appointed the Right Reverend Hannington Mutebi, this is no longer news, as the new Chancellor of Ndege University. And we have witnessed this official installation. Now, another pillar is human resource capacity, and about that. Ndege University takes its human resource as a very important component of its development, and as such, focuses on its growth and development. The university's focus in this area is to see and motivate its staff to upgrade from bachelor's degree to master's and eventually to PhDs. Despite this pandemic, Ndege did not cut off its staff numbers. We thank the management and the University Council, which laid strategies to retain all of the entire staff. 24 of our staff, academic and non-academic, are pursuing further studies in various universities for PhD studies, while others are pursuing master's degrees in their respective fields. Management has embarked on programs of recruitment of retired professors to boost the academic staff. The qualified senior professors in science and engineering are not enough in Uganda. Even public universities are sharing. People part-timing. So for us, when you retire them, good scientists, we recruit them to form a basis for mentorship here, for research, because some of our staff members are still young. And Dr. Maria Mbatude, the Dean of Environment and Forestry, attended the Ruforum training, the next generation of scientists. She has undergone special techniques and studies, and Ruforum has sent here more than 50 students to become next cadres of scientists proper. So you need an individual who understands all of that. Dr. Saita Mboge, Dean of Faculty of Social Sciences, won a Residence Fulbright African Scholar Award 2020-2021 to spend a semester at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. Her research and publication is on women economic empowerment and mitigation of adverse effects of HIV/AIDS in Uganda. She also published on compassionate imagination and respect for students' diversity in effective doctoral supervision in African universities, with the support from the Council for the Development of Social Science and Research in Africa. So Dr. Mboge, the Dean of Social Science, we want to salute you for that academic dynamism. Reverend Canon James Serugo published a book on the talent show of the educated helpless fugitives in the Pearl of Africa. You can see people are thinking, people are working. Yes. In the staff development, we would like to applaud also our own Kadu John Bosco. He has been working with the sports. He's graduating with the first class in sports science. Where is the Kadu? Yeah, Kadu. But at the same time, just last week, he won a scholarship for Master of Science in Sports Management, specializing in youth-based sports development in Rutgers University, New York, USA. So that is it. Why? Because Ndege University is recognized as a sports powerhouse. And when they spot a talent of that nature, scholarships come their way. The following projects will be implemented under his sponsorship. While they're sponsoring him there, they will be also sponsoring projects here. But they will be under the European Union in partnership with Great Lakes Youth Network. Then there will be another one, Millennium Campus Network, in partnership with the UN. Another will be Science and Technology, actually STEM promotion among vulnerable women of rural district. Again, under the same, it is really a full scholarship. And now, last, financial sustainability. How do we sustain ourselves? And one of the senior dignitaries here said, How do you, under these conditions, maintain such an atmosphere? Reason, she has found that even her breathing had changed, the oxygen level, of course, of trees. So how do you maintain this? So when I talk about financial sustainability, one has to listen. Despite COVID-19, Ndege University has continued to survive financially. Okay. Thanks to our financial partners,